here in rainy Vancouver. Coming to you from Canada, West Coast Pacific. Here we go, the leaf blowers, all day long, every day. Gotta do the video here, buds. All right, the Internet Computer Protocol, so incredibly undervalued. It is a digital token, but it's not a digital asset as defined by the SEC of the US, which basically regulates exchanges for crypto. Internet Computer Protocol is a computation token. It's built and used to microprocess computation in terms of financial value. So every time you send a text message, you type in a character, you open your phone, you open an app, you log into something, you log out of something, you power something on, power something off. All of that is done on the blockchain, and that information cannot be manipulated. It's the only blockchain that can process information, smart contracts, in real time with near instant finality. I mean, there's so many blockchains out there. AI is a buzzword. Decentralization is a buzzword. But what everybody gets wrong or doesn't know is that 80% of the internet is hosted by AWS, Amazon, not including Google, Apple, Facebook, and all the other big legacy tech companies. So when you rely on these big tech firms, you've got layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of transactions and custodians and gatekeepers, and you never really have access or ownership of your information. But the Internet Computer Protocol puts smart contracts into canisters that are encrypted, that cannot be accessed by anybody but the individual. And your website, your apps, your software that you create with Motoko or Rust language front ends, all that information is stored on the back end and never exposed to any end user license agreement. Now, this is important for data sovereignty, information sovereignty, and how we can avoid exploitation of our habits and our information being exposed or sold, or having a company make money off of us. I mean, maybe a lot of people don't care, but this is a really big problem for governments and corporations, and not including transparency of information and transactions as well. So this is only going to get more and more popular and more adopted worldwide. And it runs just like the internet. You would never tell, basically, that a website or an app or software is run on in canisters, on smart contracts, on blockchain. Now, the big narrative, the big play is AI technology. When NVIDIA releases their GPUs that process inference, which is basically AI running automated by code and instructions natively, those GPUs are still going to hold and contain information that sits on the cloud. But that AI inference can be run on smart contracts in canisters and natively without redirecting or APIs. We're basically cutting out the middleman, the overpriced service fees, to use the internet, to use cloud service, to build businesses, to build and scale the future. Cost is the number one ordeal, especially when it comes to energy and efficiency and computation, near instant finality. All these things are incredibly important. But what people are not getting is that the fastest blockchain doesn't win, which ICP is arguably the fastest blockchain in the world. But safety is something that they don't tell you about. Safety is what they don't talk to you about. They don't mention, they say safe and secure on the blockchain, but the reality is that every blockchain, including Ethereum, basically any cryptocurrency that you can think of, relies on Amazon Web Services and cloud services to store information and data and for computational power. So what's the point? Well, ICP does all that in nodes all over the world, and basically decentralizing computer power through their own fault-proof system, which solves a 10 trillion a year cybercrime industry, which is expected to double in the next 10 years. So if AI is going to make more millionaires in the next 5 years than Amazon stock did 20 years ago, you can just imagine how undervalued this technology is. And if I said it once, I'll say it again: innovation always wins. And I think Google just finished a pilot project using the Internet Computer Protocol blockchain. So if that's any indication of where this is going and how undervalued this is the biggest, this token has the biggest upside in the crypto industry. It's been the most stable with the least fluctuation, because nobody's interested in it because it's a computation token. And even though the technology is proprietary, it's owned and maintained and developed by a nonprofit, Definity Foundation, which is excellent. The guys over there are absolutely incredible. Their vision and their work that they've put in, now 4 years old, with so many years of research and experience coming from all over the tech space and finance, and coming together as 200 engineers to build the Internet Computer Protocol in order to elevate the standards and the cost and efficiency and the safety and security of data and information. I mean, we're just going to take a small piece of the market. We only need a small piece of the market, with the Bitcoin market being in the trillions, 1 or 2% of the market per year, per month. I mean, it's just gonna increase exponentially over the next 10 years. So if you want to learn more, subscribe and like this video.